Good morning, my dear student. In continue of the potato lecture, today I am going to discuss about the true potato seed plot technique and physiological disorders in potato. Previous lecture we have discussed about the potato production technology and disease and pest management. As you must know, true potato seed was first evolved through sexual reproduction like tomato, chili, brinjal by Ramanujan in 1957, and subsequently its commercial viability was tested. However, high heterogeneity of seedling of TPS uniformity in crop hampered its commercial adoption by the farmers. So, why TPS? Why true potato seed? Because as you know that the potato is suffered a lot of by viral diseases. So, from true potato seed, we can get viral free tuber, and in research purpose for hybridization or production of sexual hybridization for the production of seed is very essential to evolve the new variety. So, true potato seed is for the research purpose and for the commercial production of potato virus free potato tuber seed. Initially, in the first year, potato seed is raised in the nursery and seedling is later on transferred to the main plot. Then, in the first year, what we get the potato tuber from the TPS true potato seed is stored in the godown, and in next year it is used for the commercial production of potato. So, the first true potato seed was tested and tried at International Potato Research Center, which is situated in Lima, Peru, in South America, and Central Potato Research Institute CPRI in Simla in India. And both these center has recommended ways of raising of seedlings and transplanting subsequently. So, what TPS? What true potato seed? What is the methodology? The method suggested two-stage program for raising healthy seeds. First one is the production of tuberlets in nursery bed in first year, then storing them in cold storage and planting them thickly as a commercial crop in the following year, means in second year. The method, however, needs testing field for its ill and economic viability. You will be surprised to know that seed rate of true potato seed is 150 grams for 1 hectare. So you can know that the seed of potato is very small. For example, 1 gram seed contains 1000 to 1500 seeds. So only 150 gram of seeds are required for cultivation in 1 hectare of the land. The fruit of potato is called berry. Now, what is the advantages of true potato seed? Why true potato seed is needed? So, the first advantage is this technique is used for disease-free seed production. I have already told you that very essential to produce disease-free seed. It is the technique for virus seed-free production. If you want to eliminate the virus, then you have to go through the sexual production, that means from true potato seed you have to produce. The cost of tuber used in conventional method of planting is very high. You should know that 40% of the cost of cultivation is involved in the cost of tuber. Whereas the production of potato from tuberlets in nursery for planting in next year relatively very low. So it reduces the cost of production. Higher cost required for storage of huge bulk of conventionally used tuber is reduced as tuberlets are very small. So it requires very less space for storage. So this also reduces cost of transplantation. The viral infiltration in seed tuber is very less. The cost of tuber treating chemicals is also reduced because of relatively lesser volume of tuberlets. By this method, the disease-free potato seed can be produced and prevention of diseases to new area can be checked. So you can think about the advantages of true potato seed. Now next is seed plot technique. What is seed plot technique? It is a technique of production of high quality seed under low aphid period of at least 70 to 75 days in subtropical plains. As you know that the aphid actually transmit the virus from the crop, one crop to another crop within the potato. So it is very essential that if you go vegetative production of the potato, then that potato tuber should be free from aphid, which transfer the virus from plant to plant. Continuous use of same seed stocks year after year without periodic replacement allows infiltration of diseases, particularly viral diseases. These viruses rapidly spread through the contact of foliage, roots in the field, or through aphid vector from far off fields or within the field. So the vector of aphid is the vector of the virus. They have debilitating effect and are responsible for bringing down yield potential of infected tuber. The high hills were the traditional source of healthy seed. So if you want to get the healthy seeds or healthy tuber, then it is possible that the tuber produced in the hilly areas are mostly free from the aphids due to low temperature. So that tuber is also free from the virus. However, hills account for only 5% of the total potato tuber production, and this was not enough to meet the seed requirement of the plain. In 1962, Cocker Ham from Scotland came to India to do some study to increase the potato yield. So on the basis of that seed plot technique has been come in for the production of aphid-free seed tuber. On the basis of data on appearance and yields of aphid in different months, it was found that potato can be successfully grown for seed production in many parts of plains under low or no aphid condition. So, in seed plot techniques, how we can get the free from the virus, how we can get the potato tuber for the cultivation of potato, particularly in the plain area. Seed plot technique has been used. This led to the development of seed plot techniques. That means that is raising the healthy seed crop during low aphid population period available in the northern plains. Hot weather cultivation and green manuring. First of all, hot weather cultivation. When there is a very hot season, particularly in the summer, then it has been recommended that do summer plowing, and after that do green manuring. Then crop rotation for 2 to 3 years, 1 or 2 sprays of systemic insecticide plus a spray of metamaxil or mancozeb in December or January. Tuber should be dipped treatment with the 3% of boric acid for 30 minutes after harvest and before storage of the produce. The use of this technique helps in meeting the large requirement of healthy seed in the country. So, by following this protocol, we can get the virus-free healthy seed in plain of the India, and that will give the requirement for the whole country. That will meet the requirement of the whole country for the potato production. Then what should be steps to be followed in seed plot technique? When it should be planted? Planted before the commencement of the 10th October. Before it should be planted before 10th October. As you know that normally the potato is planted in November or in late October in the plain of India. But for the seed plot technique, you have to plant the tuber before 10th October. What with the spacing? Showing at closure spacing of 45 centimeter row to row and 15 centimeter plant to plant, means potato tuber to potato tuber. 2 inspection at least should be made to rug out any disease or off-type plant during growing season. So, 2 inspection is very necessary to remove if any disease plant or any off-type plant. Application of granular systematic insecticides at planting or earthing up. Granular systematic insecticide should be used to address the infection by any insecticide. When the crop has tuberized well by the middle of December, then the restriction of irrigation is very necessary, and later on it should be hold completely. So continuous irrigation after the tuberization will increase the disease incidence. So it is advised that after tuberization during the middle of December, irrigation should be restricted, and later on ultimately it should be completely hold. End of December or first week of January, haulms should be cut down before the aphid attack. So at the end of December or the first week of January, generally aphid attacks. So it is advised that haulms should be cut down before the aphid attack. And when the population build up of aphid, 20 aphids per 100 leaves, then to control the aphid population, 2 sprays of imidacloprid 17.8 SL at the rate of 0.002% at an interval of 12 to 15 days, 2 sprays should be done. If the crop is still green, destroy the hulls by spraying 2% solution of copper sulfate or cut them. The harvesting of tuber is done in mid-February to end of February. So in seed plot techniques, you have to sow the tuber before 10th of October, and tuber should be harvested in mid-February to end of the February. Now, like many diseases in the potato, you will find a lot of physiological disorder in potato. Like the first physiological disorder is hollow heart. It is not caused by any organism, either bacteria, virus or fungi, but it is a physiological disorder. It is caused by rapid growth of tubers. Tubers become oversized and remain empty within, leading to the formation of cavity in the center with the death of the small area of its cells. This results in adjacent cracks and hollowness as the center expands during the growth of the potato. Visual of the hollow heart. So what you have to do to manage this physiological disorder? Maintain soil moisture condition to the optimum level. So soil moisture should be always optimum after the tuberization. Avoid over fertilization, particularly nitrogenous fertilizer, particularly urea, and grow those varieties which are less prone to this defect. Now another physiological disorder is black heart. It is caused by suboxidation condition under potato tuber storage in piles, as the air does not get into the center. So it occurs in the storage when we do not allow air into the center. It occurs also due to higher temperature and excessive moisture, resulted in blackening of tissue in the center. So you can see the visuals. Now black heart, the appearance of the tuber affect the consumer, otherwise there is no decay. So it does not affect the yield or any decay, but appearance of the black color is not, it affect the demand of the consumer such type of tuber. So actually it decrease the quality or the appearance of tuber, which resulted in low demand in market. Then what management should we do? Provide proper ventilation. Keep potato tuber in layers Do not store tuber in the heap. Now third one is cracking. It is due to boron deficiency or uneven water supply. If you not able to supply the water continuously when it is required, then this type of things appears. It is also due to boron deficiency, where there is a boron deficiency in the soil. Then what will be the management? Application of borax at the rate of 20 kg per hectare. Frequent and optimum irrigation supply is the remedy. So there are two remedy: application of the borax, that is borax at the rate of 20 kg per hectare, and frequent and optimum irrigation supply is the remedy. Now the next physiological disorder is greening. These are various factors which increases the glycoalkaloid content, such mechanical injury, premature harvest, and excessive application of fertilizer or exposure of tubers to sunlight, which leads to formation of solanine, which is solanine is a type of alkaloid which is a poisonous, which is slightly poisonous. Management, what management we have to do? Proper earthing of tuber as the tuberization takes place. Proper earthing of tuber is very necessary so that the tuber should not get exposed to direct sunlight. Store tuber in the darkness after digging up. Now the next physiological disorder is noviness. It occurs due to uneven growth of tuber cells or tissues. Uneven watering condition lead to an obstruction in the tuber growth. So you have to supply when there is a irrigation is needed. Heavy irrigation after a long dry spell leads to the growth of some cells very fast, resulting in the noviness. So optimum moisture should be maintained. Management, frequent and optimum irrigation supply is the remedy. Now the next is sun scalding. It occurs generally in the autumn crop when the temperature is very high and sunshine is more. Emergence of a sprout and leaflet is drastically affected at that time. That is tuber. It appears when the temperature is more than 30 degrees Celsius. So when the potato is grown in the late, then it is exposed to 30-degree temperature during tuberization. So then sun scalding actually take place. Management, water should be passed through the furrows to lower the soil temperature. Then another physiological disorder is translucentin. It is related to environmental stress and occurs due to drought and heat. It is generally found at the promixal end of the tuber. Tuber show glossy appearance and are irregular in shape. This also results in decay in storage. These glossy areas are high in sugar and low in total soluble salts. So what is the remedy? Avoid excessive nitrogen. Excessive nitrogen, urea should not be top dressed or should not be supplied. Maintain 50-degree moisture in the field. Then another important physiological disorder is particularly in the low, where there is a temperature is very low during or after the harvest. It occurs due to exposure of tuber to freezing temperature during or after harvest. It takes place at minus 1.5 degrees Celsius or below temperature. So freezing injury takes place when you are going to harvest the crop when the temperature is less than minus 1.5 degrees Celsius. This discoloration of the tissue and affect the vascular tissue at ring called ring necrosis. When the fine elements or cells of vascular ring are affected, then it is called net necrosis. This leads to the unmarketable tuber. So is not decreased, but market demand of this type of tuber is very less, and the market demand is reduced if there is any freezing injury. Tubers are more damaged towards proximal end. Management: avoid exposure of tuber to freezing temperature during storage or harvest. Now another is black spot. It means the internal browning of potato tuber. It occurs in vascular tissue within 3 days of mechanical injury. So you have to avoid the mechanical injury during the harvesting or during the earthing up or during the transportation. Phenols are related to black spot in potato tubers. Actually, after injury, phenols are produced and that result black spot. Management: genetic makeup of varieties, provide proper storage and growing condition. Then next thing is sprouting. It is often a serious problem in storage. You will find that when you bring the potato in your house, then you will find that after 3 or 5 or 7 days you will find a sprouting takes place. So it is often a serious problem in storage. What is the management? It can be inhibited by spraying malic hydrazide at the rate of 1000 to 6000 ppm about 2 to 3 weeks before harvesting. So before harvesting you have to apply malic hydrazide. Then next chemical like chloro IPC or N-tetrachloroisopropyl carbonate at the rate of 0.5% or nomyl or amyl alcohol at the rate of 0.05 to 0.12 milligram per hectare also helps in inhibiting sprouting. So to inhibit the sprouting, you have to apply these 3 chemicals. You can apply 3 chemicals before 2 to 3 weeks before harvesting. Swollen lenticels. This is also a physiological disorder. This disorder is caused by exposure of the tuber to very wet condition in the field or in storage due to oxygen deprivation. So if there is no proper ventilation, then this type of things will take place. Besides giving an unmarketable appearance to the tuber, the major problem is that an interest to pathogenic organism, means bacteria also enters in that lenticels, which cause bacterial soft rot, pink rot and lichen is created. Management: avoid overwatering. Avoid harvesting low swampy spots in the field. Pick field with good drainage. So proper drainage is very necessary. Avoid condensation in storage. Keep storage well ventilated. So in storage there should be provision of ventilation and there should be no any lack of oxygen or deprivation of oxygen in go down or in storage. Then the insect. There are a lot of insects which causes damage of the crops not only in the field but also in the go down. So the first insect is worm. Scientific name is Agrotis species. They feed only at night and cut the sprouts at ground level. They also attack tubers and make holes, thereby reducing market price. Control: drain the plant with the chloropyrifos at the rate of 0.04% where the damage is noticed. If you notice any damage, then you have to apply the chloropyrifos. Use only well rotten farmer manure or FIM in the field. Otherwise,
more cutworm will multiply or infestation. If you apply the not well rotten FIM, then cutworm infestation will be more. So well rotten or well decomposed FIMs you have to apply. Next one is leaf eating caterpillar. This is caused by Spilosoma obliqua, Spodoptera exigua. The caterpillar of both the species cause damage by feeding on potato leaves. What is the control measure? Spray the crop with the deltamethrin at the rate of 0.0025%. Another is very important, IVth, which is a vector of virus also. IVth sucks the sap from the leaves. Affected plants become very weak. Leaves become yellow and curl downward. IVth secretes honeydew, which give rise to sooty mold and which attract fungi and which causes a lot of fungal diseases. Then the control measure, spray malathion at the rate of 0.05% or oxydemoton methyl at the rate of 0.025%. Then one of the most important insect which affects potato in the storage is potato tuber moth. The scientific name is Thorimemia operculata. It is a major pest of potato in storage. So, and it can also attack in the field. So it is the pest of storage as well as field of potato. It bores and makes tunnel into the potato tubers. Then the control measures. Some healthy insect feed potato tuber. Use only well rotten farmyard manures. Do earthing up carefully so that tuber not exposed in the field to oviposition of female moths. So there should be no any injury or the during earthing up tuber should not be exposed. Otherwise, female of the moth will give eggs on that position and which will ultimately multiply the tuber moth. Spray the crop with the carbonyl at the rate of 0.1%. That means 1 ml of carbonyl in 1 liter of water you have to spray.